dear student, today I am going to start photosynthesis in higher plant. Already we have covered this section. Now we will discuss this one. How do we know? How do we know? That means how we know. Let us try to find out what we already know about photosynthesis. And NCERT said in this line that they said that you think you find out what do you know about photosynthesis, and some example experiment you may have done in earlier classes. That means in this line they're saying you have done some experiment in earlier cases like class 10. They're saying like this, no? And it says, and that we know that chlorophyll, green pigment of leaf, light, and CO2, that means carbon dioxide, are required for photosynthesis to occur. That means, first of all, chlorophyll, that means light, and carbon dioxide, that means CO2 is required for photosynthesis, but oxygen is not required. And let's see how photosynthesis takes place. Some scientists and doing this experiment, that stars formation in two leaves. And stars formation in two leaves. Do you know one thing? That glucose is stored in stars, and stars formation in two leaves. That a vegetative leaf or that was partially covered with black pepper. That means we think this one is leaf, this one is fully leaf, and I cover like this. No, this one is black too, black pepper. This one is leaves, and this one is black pepper. After that we see exposed to light, and we expose to light, and that means you're saying you expose to light. That exposed means, and where exposed to light means you put on light. After that, on the testing, the leaves for presence of stress was clear that photosynthesis occur only in green part of the leaves presence of light. And here said that without, when we take two, no, this one is black pepper, we are covering the leaves, and then say this one is without covering black, we're not covering with black pepper, no. And this one, and we put both in light, and we saw that from that the oxygen is, and photosynthesis takes place in green part. That means how we know? When we put both, this one is black leaf, no, and when we cover the black pepper on leaves, and that leaves not taking photosynthesis, but this one, that means where we not covered by any black pepper, this one is taking photosynthesis. And scientists also proved that only green part of plants take photosynthesis. And see another example. Another experiment you have carried out where a part of leaf enclosed in test tube and containing some case snow cotton which absorbs shadow. And here said that another experiment where we put test tube. Do you know test tube? Test tube. This one test tube, huh? Test tube. Test tube is like this. Test tube is like this, and the diameter is something. This one test tube. Huh? When you put in test tube, and we will give one KSO, which is absorb shadow, and while the other half is exposed to air. The setup is placed in light for some time. And another is we will directly put in light. There will be no test tube and there will be no KOS. And when we start this, after some times, the on the testing for the presence of stars later in part of two part of leaves we have found, and we'll get that star formation in that export, and where there is no KS, where there is no KOS absorption, that means carbon dioxide. Uh, that means in this sentence that we found there that CO2 in the from here. No, from here you will get, from this paragraph you will get that carbon dioxide is need for photosynthesis, and here you will get that the green part of leaves, that means green part of plant is taking photosynthesis.